Hello, and welcome to the Afrocentric Woman. Um, I want to talk today about this Umar Johnson rant and disingenuous critique of Kevin Samuels. They're literally like cut from the exact same cloth. They have so much in common. It is mind-boggling. But I mean, I get it. In fact, you all may know, because I've shared multiple times on the show, I have a notebook of video ideas that I want to share, and I add to it as I think about it, and then I'm getting through the topics that I've already written down as quickly as I can. One of the topics that I wanted to share with you is the dangers of when one narcissist rails against another, and then that narcissist that's doing the accusations and the narcissist who is calling out the other narcissist, that particular narcissist tends to endear people to their plight. They tend to endear people to them, and they tend to garner some level of approval, affection, acceptance, and following because of the things that they're saying. There's some truth to it. But that doesn't absolve them from being a narcissist. One narcissist revealing the wrongdoings of another one does not it does not undo, it doesn't make the narcissist not a narcissist. It's just two narcissists clashing. That's basically what's happening. And I think people get so confused. I'm so disappointed at Black women falling for yet more pandering. I thought that we've done enough work by now to be past this. I might as well just tell you, Chloe just blocked me. Chloe just blocked me. Chloe of the Hypergamous Hive, I've been following her on Instagram for maybe a year. I've never had a moment's problem with her. Never. I've commented on her page in the past, and I've never had a moment's problem. Never. Now, she has fallen for the pandering, and she so-called says that I'm sorry I didn't take screenshots. I didn't take screenshots of Chloe's Instagram because I didn't think it was necessary. I was just going to share some of the information on the live. I really didn't think it was necessary to do screenshots. I had no idea that she would block me. I didn't say anything disrespectful to her, but I did critique her because she said that Umar Johnson chin-checked Kevin Samuels. And I'm like, chin-check? What, he rolled up on him in the street? What the fuck? What are you talking about? I'm from a different generation. Actually, me and Chloe are similar in age. So we're from the same generation. Chin check means you roll up on somebody and you bust them in the face. That's what chin check mean. Online beef is not chin checking. Okay? So, number one. And she said that was the title of the picture. Ooh, Kevin Samuels get chin checked. I was like, what? Let me click on that and see what's going on. So I'm reading through, and she talking about because Umar had this rant that was a chin check. Girl, no ma'am. Umar, and she talking about it's high time for the men to check him. Check Kevin Samuels? First of all, you don't need to say man and Umar in the same sentence. Umar is not a man. And if you are as hypergamous as you say you are, you should have a filter to know who is a man and who is not. Please don't tell me that you're leading the ladies astray. Umar don't pay child support. Umar can't be alone with his own children because of we don't know exactly why. I speculate because of his violence and drug addiction and verbal abuse, but I don't know why. Just based off of the hundreds and hundreds and thousands of hours of recordings that we have of him, I deduce that it's probably because of his temper, anger, drug addiction, and violence. He can't be alone with his own children. He's called Black women maggots, thoughts. He reduces women down to flavors of ice cream and cookies. He says he can have a cookie in every state. Umar's not married. I will do another video about when I met Umar, but I met Umar back in 2013, 2012, I think it was like 2012. He was on a tour. He was on a world tour. And he had no girlfriend in sight. He has never publicly claimed any black woman ever. Umar has never publicly claimed any black woman ever. Never. And let me share the link in case anybody want to call. Oops. Let me share this link. Let me share this link. Umar's never claimed any black woman. So for him to sit up there and be pandering to black women, talking about he love you. If he loved black women so much, he would have been married one. Umar has been all around the United States multiple times. He's been around the world and met black women all over the world. So you mean to tell me of the hundreds of women that Umar's met, absolutely none of them are worthy to be a wife? You mean to tell me that absolutely none of them are worthy of being a publicly recognized girlfriend? You mean to tell me that none of them can be publicly recognized as being a fiance? None of them. None of the hundreds or thousands of women that Umar has dealt with over the past 10 years that he's crisscrossed the globe, none of these women are worthy of marriage. He's just a baby mama creator. That's what he is. He just crushes cookies. Nothing about Umar Johnson screams manhood. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. So, I mean, this whole situation with Chloe is just a side note, but I'm just like, Chloe, you can't be that fragile to where people cannot come to your page and express dissent. We keep saying that black women are not a monolith. So I've been on your page for a whole year and I've been commenting with no problem. And because I tell you that Umar Johnson is trash, you block me? Really, Chloe? You block me? Listen, Chloe, I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt. The reason why I listed the things that Umar has done is because I have been studying the situation closer. Maybe you're too busy. Maybe you're focused on something else. You have a business, you have other things going on. Not everybody can be watching the everyday going on of Umar. Not everybody has the time to do that. Not everybody has the interest to do that. So I was giving you the benefit of the doubt. Let me tell you, Umar Johnson has called survivors, girls, young girls and women who are survivors of child molestation and rape. He has called them hot asses and he has called them thoughts. Your leader, your chin checker, the man that you want to sit up here and praise, and you're supposedly hypergamous. Nothing about Umar screams hypergamy. You will live in squalor if you associate yourself with Umar. You will live in squalor. This man can't house himself. He can't keep a job. He hasn't worked in over 10 years. And maybe you don't know that. But that's why I came to the page to let the ladies know, because you have created a bandwagon of women who have fallen for the pandering that this narcissist did against another narcissist. Umar is just as bad and just as negative and just as dangerous to black women as a Kevin Samuels. Just the same. And in fact, I would say that Umar has scammed way more money from black women than a Kevin Samuels. I think in terms of violence against women, Kevin Samuels is more dangerous. In terms of child endangerment and scamming of money, Umar is more dangerous. Both of them are extremely dangerous. Neither one of them are good examples of manhood and masculinity in the black community. But just because I sit up there and I started telling you, I said that he doxed his baby mama. He doxed the grandmother, the child's mother. He doxed his own child as far as disclosing her school location. That's what I shared on your page. And you block me? I didn't disrespect you, but I said that there's no aspect of that Umar Johnson that has chin checked the Kevin Samuels. You are delusional and not wanting to listen. This is the thing about narcissism, and this is the thing about toxic narcissists. You can't hate any one narcissist so much that you prop up another one. Let me repeat that for y'all in the back. You can't hate any one narcissist so much that you prop up another one. Because just because you have a personal beef, you have a disdain for Kevin Samuels, as do I. You can check my channel. I've had my foot on his neck for a hot minute. I don't condone anything about a Kevin Samuels. I don't condone anything about an Umar Johnson. I will not elevate uh I will not elevate Umar just to spite Kevin Samuels. That's not how my integrity works. It's not for sale, and I will never sell out because one narcissist is just I just happen to hate him more. No, that's not how life works. Not over here, not in my camp. And I always felt some type of kindred spirit with you, like the women in our space, the Chrissy space, the divine black feminine space, the used to be Chloe space, the women in our corner, we get it rough from both sides. We get it rough from the feminists who don't like us, and we get it rough from the black men and the mammies who don't like us. We are small in number, and we really should be supporting one another. And the pink pill. I don't agree with everything the pink pill says, but enough of it to where, hey, you've got a great body of work, and I respect this message, and it belongs, and you're helping black women, and I can see that you're sincere. I can see that you're sincere. Don't need to agree with everything. I have negative comments on my page right now. People are upset with my last video about women are the prize. All of the people on the Kevin Samuels videos don't like me. And come on, all the incels come on and, yo, you're this and you're that and wah, wah, wah. And it just have all kinds of negative things. Listen, the comments can remain because I don't need to silence dissent. I don't need to block everybody that doesn't agree with me. I don't have to block. Are you a narcissist, Chloe? Are you a narcissist? If there's somebody that comes on your page who's not singing your praise, do you just block them because you can't handle not being adored? What's going on here? Anyway, I don't know. That's a tough accusation, so I don't take it lightly. I'm just wondering, do you have to block everybody that doesn't sing your praises? That's something I would examine that. I have plenty of negative comments on my page. So long as you're not cursing me out, so long as you're not disrespecting or abusing the other people who are posting in the comment section, I will not block you. And I won't delete your comment. It can stay there. Whatever. I know that if I wanted to come onto YouTube to be liked, if I wanted to come onto YouTube to have a bunch of followers and a bunch of friends, I would just do celebrity news and gossip. Period. That's the fastest way to grow to YouTube stardom. Celebrity news and gossip. Or I would bash black women. That's a fast one. You get a lot of views bashing black women. But that's not what I'm trying to do. I have a message that's on my heart, and I'm here to share my perspective. Because it is my perspective, not everybody's going to agree with me, and I'm at peace with that. Let's watch this video. I started it, but we can watch it together. I'll make commentary. Please, if you can let me know if you can hear the video, please let me know if you can hear it. Let me try to play it. Uh-oh. I'm trying to play the video. Let me take it off and bring it back. Let me bring it back. Share video file. Okay, let me see if I can play this video. I tried to do a little test run before I started the live and it was working, but now it's not. So let me see if I can
say this.
Okay,
because I've been getting questions.
Can y'all hear this? Please let me know if you can hear it.
About these black male life coaches, these uncredentialed, uncertified, untrained, YouTubian black male life coaches. I'm not here to knock nobody. I don't know how anybody feeds their children. I don't know how they keep a roof over their head. I don't know how they keep food in their body. I'm not here to knock anybody's hustle. I'm not here to knock anybody's hustle because I don't know how they feed their children. I've had people try to destroy my profession, my professional career as a certified school psychologist, my professional career as a clinician and a therapist. I've had people try to destroy that because they didn't agree with my political platform. I've had people try to destroy that. So I will never attack another black man's ability to feed his family. Even with the gangster rappers, I will not attack their ability to feed their family. But I do want to say this to the black women out there. I'm disappointed in a lot of my sisters. I am disappointed in a lot of black women because I thought that our sisterhood was evolving to a place that would not tolerate.
Okay, y'all. I'm about to move closer to my Wi-Fi for hopefully a better connection, but I just want to before we continue with the video, I just want to let you know that what's happening right now is projection. That's what's happening. Umar is talking about roof over head and children, feeding children while you don't pay child support. You don't pay child support, bro. So what are you talking about feeding children? You don't feed your children. What are you talking about roof overhead? You just recently were evicted. You and your mother, between the two of you, you guys couldn't come up with your rent and you were evicted. So what are you talking about roof overhead? What are you talking about feeding children? You don't do either. What you guys just saw is projection. And he's really critiquing himself, but he's pretending as though he is putting those critiques on Kevin Samuels. I don't know how you do those things, so I'm not going to knock you. Now, another thing that's very interesting is that Monty Woodgrain did the exact same thing to Umar Johnson for, I don't know, a couple of years when he was going in on the FDMG scam. So Monty would always use Umar, Monty Woodgrain would use Umar scam to basically create content so that people would click on, because nobody really gave a shit about Monty Woodgrain. They didn't give a shit about Monty Woodgrain, but he used Umar to create content. And then he would always say this, and this is how I knew Monty Woodgrain was full of shit. He would always say, well, I'm not going to knock him making money. I'm not going to knock him making money. I just want to let everybody know that the school is a scam. What? So what that told me was that Monty Woodgrain doesn't have any integrity. Monty Woodgrain doesn't have any integrity. If you're going to say that I'm going to create content off of this person because I want people to tune into my channel and I want, laughs and I want clicks and views and all this and that, but I'm not going to condemn them. I'm not going to condemn them stealing money from the Black community. I think that everybody should be able to make money however way they want. What that let me know is that Monty Woodgrain, if given an opportunity to scam, he would want to be able to scam in peace. And Monty Woodgrain wants Umar to be able to scam in peace. So he's saying, I'm not going to condemn you scamming Black people, although we all know it's a scam. I'm not going to say don't donate to him. I'm not going to say that the scam is wrong. I'm just going to make my content over here so that everybody can laugh and click on my videos. It's very disingenuous and it shows a lack of integrity. Y'all keep tuning in. Hold on, let me go grab my water because I just wanted to move closer to the Wi-Fi. Let me play the video when I come right back. We're going to get through more of this video. Hold on. All right, I got my water. Let's keep going. Oh my God, come on, StreamYard. Don't do me like that. I'm trying to play the video. Let me take it off. Let me take it off and bring it back.
I thought black sisterhood
Okay, here we
was
go.
evolving to a place that would not tolerate slander and degradation of black women on any level for.
So when you're talking about slander, Umar, are you talking about calling black women maggots and thoughts and hood rats? And you don't want no woman with a weave in her head? Are you talking about that? What about the degradation of reducing women down to ice cream flavors and cookies? Are you talking about that degradation? Project much? Oh, please don't tell me StreamYard is going to make me take the video off and bring it back every single time. Like, come on, StreamYard. Don't do that to me. Please don't do that to me. StreamYard does not want me to be great, y'all. They don't want me to be great, and I don't appreciate that. Ooh, I don't appreciate that. Let me bring it
Let me
back.
say this because I've been getting questions
You haven't.
about these. I'm going to have a lot of, this is your campus. Thank you for helping me buy this for our children. This is going to be the center of black organizing in North America as soon as the renovations are done.
Okay, grandiose narcissist.
But we're going to have some sisterhood circles.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Umar is going to host some sisterhood circles where I can speak power and strength into black women.
This is the
I'm
thing
going to
about
speak
Dusty
power
Mills.
and
Hold on.
strength. This is the Frederick
thing.
Douglass High
This is the
School
thing
you
about
look at.
Dusty
I'm going to
Mills.
speak power and
Hold
strength
on.
into our
Let me
beautiful
get this
African
one.
sisters. That's right.
No, ma'am. No, sir. This is the thing about Dusty Mills. Like Umar Johnson and Kevin Samuels are one and the same. So neither one of you guys can realize that we don't need you giving advice to black women about how to be black women. So you, Umar, you want to be in a woman's space. Oh, I'm going to hold a sisterhood circle. Why? Why? Why do you want to be all in the it's like Umar would want to come to the salon when we getting our nails done and we chit chatting and Umar want to be all in our business, stop trying to give us advice. It's like we go to the salon and get our hair, getting our hair done and we chit chatting in the salon and Umar want to come in there and make a sister circle and do advice. We all sitting around talking about our menstruation and having babies and breastfeeding and Umar want to come into space and be like, let me tell you what to do as a woman. Umar want to be all up in the women's space. You need to get a job. You need to do something with yourself. We don't need you holding no sister circle. We need you holding, go take your ass to rehab. That's what you can do productive. Go check yourself in to rehab. Go catch up on your child support. Go down to the court and make a payment. You sit up here begging online. What about your ledger with the court? Have you sent any of that money to child support court for your case? Are you talking about you want a sister circle? Your priorities in the wrong place, sir. Your priorities in the wrong place. We don't need you over in the women's space. And that's how Kevin Samuels is the same. Y'all one and the same. Kevin Samuels had a whole channel on YouTube before he started bashing black women about purses. I kid you the F not. Purses, perfume, shoes, clothes, probably damn makeup. I ain't see that, but he had a whole channel on perfume, purses, and bags. And he want to sit up here talking about he an alpha providing, he an alpha male. How, Sway? What alpha man you know sit around with other men talking about purses and perfume? What alpha man that you know sit around high as a kite, roaming around an abandoned building, talking about he gonna make a sister circle? We don't need you to do that. We need you to pay your child support for the girls that you already have. That's what we need you to do. Carry your ass down to the court in Philadelphia and go pay your child support. And then carry your ass down to the rehab and check yourself in. Yeah, StreamYard is really going to make
I'm
me.
going to build you up. And what makes it so bad about these so-called life coaches, some of them actually regurgitate a lot of Dr. Umar talking points. People send me clips. People send me clips of some of these YouTubian opportunist so-called life coaches, and I'm seeing some of them quote me verbatim without giving credit to their source. And some of them claim to not even like me. So why are you quoting my material and not referencing me? You obviously watch me. You obviously watch me because too much of my material is coming out of your mouth. It's a whole group. There's at least 12. I think I've counted 12 different YouTubian beta male wannabe life coaches that are out there slandering black women, attacking black women, degrading black women. I count about a dozen. I'm going to call them the dirty dozen of division. The triple D, the dirty dozen of division. There's about 12 members of the dirty dozen of division, 12 beta males, YouTube life coaches who are trying to build a platform by making black women feel bad. I don't like it. I can't appreciate black men trying to make a dollar off of making black women feel bad. And unfortunately,
Umar, you're such a contradictory soul. You make money off of making black women feel bad all the time. You'll sit up there and tell a black woman you can't have a weave. You go in on women having nails. You go in on women for having their children evaluated through the school system. You threaten to peel their fingernails off. If they have a hairstyle that is not acceptable to you, you threaten to come to their home and shave their head off, shave their hair off. That's degrading. It's demoralizing. It's threatening. It's unacceptable. And you want to sit up here and point the finger at Kevin Samuels when you do the exact same thing? Stop it.
unfortunately, our black women, some of them are so thirsty for validation that they're participating. They're participating in the attacks and slander against the black female community, and that's not acceptable. That's not acceptable. No black woman should ever subject herself, even for amusement, even for amusement, even for amusement. The black woman should never subject herself to another man's condemnation. And what makes the condemnation so ridiculous for me, it's mostly superficial.
See how he's just giving himself an out to condemn black women? So basically he's saying, oh, well, Kevin is condemning you for superficial things. I condemn you for things that are much more valid. Which means like what? Living a life that's not acceptable to Umar Johnson? Maybe you're in an interracial relationship. Maybe you have a weave in your hair. Maybe you want to take your child to get an evaluation through the school or through whatever medical thing. Then he's going to condemn you for that. All you have to do is to go on Umar Johnson's live stream and disagree with him, and he will condemn you. Oh, you just what did he call you? A hotep? No, not a hotep thought. Israelite thotty or a hood rat. Come and get Hebrew Israelites. Come get your hood rat. Because why? The woman asked a question, so you condemned her. You and Kevin are the same. Let's see if it's going to start again. Thank you for letting me know that you can't see the video. StreamYard, I tell you, be something else. Try to add it back. I think I need a new computer, y'all. All right, I'll take the video off.
Most of the assessment is superficial, brothers and sisters. It's superficial. You weigh too much. You don't have the right body type. You don't have enough education. You don't make enough money. This is European standards. This isn't African. That's not who we are. And black women are subjecting themselves for this because they want a black man so bad to publicly validate them. They're taking a chance at being totally humiliated because they're so thirsty to have a black man publicly validate them. That's why you're doing this, black woman. See, I want you to understand and overstand the same reason you go on these YouTubian beta male so-called life coaching platforms. The same reason you go on these YouTubian beta male so-called life coaching platforms is the same reason you stay in abusive relationships. It's the same reason black women stay in abusive relationships. It's the same reason black women stay. Why do black women stay in a relationship where she's being exploited sexually?
You've been exploiting black women over the past 10 years, collecting donations for a school that's never going to exist. That's abusive. It's called financial abuse. And you want to sit up here and critique Kevin for the same shit that you do. And you think that black women are so gullible that we're going to fall for your pandering. You think that we're so intellectually challenged that we won't be able to draw the correlations that you do the exact same thing? Come on, StreamYard, play the video. I guess maybe I should just let it run all the way through, because if we're going to have to sit up here and have it act crazy every time, it may not be worth it. Or at least on my end.
Emotionally or financially. Why doesn't the black woman leave? Talk to me, black women. We're talking about the unconscious psychology of abuse of our sisters. We're talking about the unconscious psychology of why black women would rather stay. Because a lot of black women feel that if a man does not validate me, I'm not good enough as a woman. And some of our sisters' self-esteem are so low that they will stay with any man.
Like you.
Just to feel like a woman. That's where this comes from, black woman. That's why I'm working on my For Sisters Only relationships and dating book.
You're
right
not
now.
the answer, narcissist.
That's why I'm
This is the thing
working
about
on my
narcissists. This is the thing about toxic narcissists like Umar. He thinks he's the solution to every single problem. He will never refer out. He will never refer anybody to valid resources. In his narcissistic, delusional mind of grandeur, he has the answer to everything. So all of your problems that you're having, black woman, your self-esteem issues, your abusive relationship issues, all of them. When I create my For Sisters Only program, it will solve everything. Just buy this one program. He's such a scammer. He's such a con artist. Constantly overselling and exaggerating everything, making up shit. Umar came to my city with his For Sisters Only bullshit back in maybe like 2013. What he was pushing at that time was polygamy. That was his solution at the time to all the problems. So that's polygamy. That's going to solve everything. Every woman is going to have a man because y'all going to share. You got to learn how to share your man. That was Umar Johnson circa 2013. So now he going to resurrect this For Sisters Only bullshit that didn't nobody ask for. What black woman that you know asked for anything for Umar to do? Not nary a one. It's so disingenuous. This has nothing to do with us. If you cared about black women, you would stop scamming, stop stealing, stop getting high on the people's money. If you cared, but you don't, and you never will. Let me tell y'all, Umar gonna die just like this. He's not gonna have no epiphany. He's not gonna have no change of heart. He's not gonna wake up one day and stop scamming and scheming and lying and being delusional, so self-important and then grandizing. No, he gonna be an old man. If he make it to be an old man, he gonna be an old man just like this. You done been around the world and yeah, and you haven't claimed I nary a black woman. You done been around the world and yeah, and you can't find a wife. You done been around the world and yeah, and not nobody's been Umar's girlfriend claimed publicly. Not even a light skinned mixed woman that you bought a house for. Not even her. Nobody. But you love black women so much you won't marry them. You're a baby mama creator. That's what you are. You're a baby mama creator. This is so disingenuous, and I'm upset that we aren't past falling for pandering. And I promise y'all, I was gonna do a video on the dangers of falling for a narcissist.
relationships and dating book right now, because I want you sisters to understand what makes you get on YouTube and let a man destroy you like that. What makes you get on YouTube and reveal your private business to an absolute stranger? What makes you get into a relationship and let a man walk all over you? This is that.
You walk all over the women that you're with in your harem of toxic flying monkeys. Why won't you claim Tiffany Griffin that you've been smashing? Why won't you? Why you never claim her? Why she was never worthy? Why you didn't claim De La Creme? She wasn't worthy either. No one's ever worthy, huh? No one's ever enough, huh? Exactly, revealing the narcissist of Black YouTube. Thank you. Let's just show that. Let's show it. Yes, you got it right. Revealing the narcissist of Black YouTube. It's two narcissists against each other. And the frustrating part for me, because I've been studying narcissists long enough to know that this is what they do. Tasha K do the same thing. What's the other one name? It'll come to me. It'll come to me. Tasha K do the same thing. She'll sit up here and expose somebody and bust somebody out. She busts out Derek Jackson. Okay, and Tasha, you lie too. You Tasha, you make up stuff about people. You're toxic. So you want to call out Derek Jackson when you're just as bad. Exactly. And revealing the narcissist and everybody else that listed this video, if you go to the pink pill, she interviews a psychopathic narcissist, HG Tudor, and he talks about, because he is a self-aware narcissist, he talks about why there's so many narcissists on YouTube. The reason why narcissists are so overrepresented on YouTube is because of the attention. It provides them narcissistic supply. So if you're a regular person with regular levels of empathy and you're a healthy person and you get your own validation, you don't need to necessarily come onto a social media platform to get attention and to get narcissistic supply. You may not create a YouTube channel. You may not go out and do those things. But narcissists are overrepresented in YouTube and social media for that very same reason. Yeah, go over there to her page when you get an opportunity. Her name is The Pink Pill, and I think it's called like Talking to a Psychopathic Narcissist or something like that. And the interviews it's kind of long, but it's very interesting. And there's another thing that he talks about, which I'll probably make another video on. It's like, why do narcissists troll? Why are Kevin Samuel's followers so belligerent? Why are Umar Johnson's followers so belligerent? Why are they so loyal and crazy? He goes into that. Let me see what you have to say here. I wish YouTube would ban narcissists from YouTube. Like, seriously, they are dangerous. They use their platform to try to get in relationships as well. Yeah, they do. Umar does. Umar's always dry begging for cookies. Always. He triangulates the women that are in his life with women online. There's been multiple times where where people will ask, and sometimes they're trolling, sometimes who knows, he'll be on live and someone will be like, "Are you taking wifey resumes?" And Umar will say, "Well, I already have two queens, but I'm still taking resumes. We're going to see because I haven't picked my queen yet." He's the perpetual "I haven't picked my queen yet," because he uses women online to triangulate the women that are already in his life. Why wasn't Tiffany Griffin worthy of you, claiming? She took the weave out of her hair for you. Y'all remember when Tiffany Griffin used to wear braids? She took them out for you, Umar, and she still wasn't good enough for you to claim as as your woman. Why? Dr. Johnson, I love Dr. Johnson. Oh, girl, stop it. But she wouldn't. Nobody's ever good enough for Umar because he just wants all the cookies, like he said, in all the states. He wants all the cookies. He want all the cookies. Okay.
Fatherlessness. This is that fatherless little girl inside of you that cries out for validation by any means necessary. This is the abused little girl inside of you whose father wasn't there to pour love and pour strength and pour abundance into your soul. And now you're running around looking for validation, and you will let the most unqualified and uncertified. You will let the most unqualified and uncertified. You will let the most unqualified and uncertified.
If we could ever epitomize the word unqualified to give relationship advice, it would be you, Umar. You don't have any successful relationships. Not even friends. You don't even have friends. And you've said multiple times, "I don't trust anybody. I don't have any friends. I don't trust anyone. I don't have any friends. Every time I let people in my circle, they abandon me or they betray me." You're so paranoid. You have no friends. None of your family will come and vouch for you. None of your cousins or siblings. Nobody will come on and stand up for you. You run through women. They're all scorned. You have a whole harem of flying monkey females who've all been scorned by you because you just, and including in my city where you ran through women. You have no intention of making a family. You have no intention of settling down. Why don't you have a house? You just sling your infected peen from one coast to the other. You sling your infected peen and you zigzag the world crushing cookies. Preying on uh preying on a certain type of woman, female, to slang cookies. To slang your peen and crush cookies. That's all you have to offer. You don't have a home. You don't have a job. You scam. And you gonna sit up here and talk about, yeah, she go hard for Umar. Exactly, Black Butterfly. This woman is constantly going hard for Umar, begging for attention. And you won't claim her. You never claimed her through the course of that relationship. I don't endorse a motherfucking thing that Tiffany Griffin do. She is a poor representation of Black women. She really is. I don't condone anything that she does. But I'm just wondering, if y'all two toxic birds of a feather, why can't you claim her? And you want to sit up here and run this. This is how disrespectful you are to Black women. Because you get on here running this mumbo jumbo bullshit, call yourself calling out Kevin Samuels when you do all the same shit he do and worse. Stop it. Just stop it. You never good enough for a narcissist. They never satisfy. Yeah, you're right. Especially Umar's particular type of narcissism, because it's flavors to this thing. Umar's particular flavor of narcissism, he doesn't need a main supply. Most narcissists cannot function without a main source of supply. It's quite possible that Umar's mama is his main source of supply. That's possible because he always be living with his mama. Umar's almost 50 years old, still living with his mama. Umar mama might be providing that main source of intimate supply. And then everybody else is just interchangeable. All the females in all the different cities. He got females in Atlanta. He got females wherever else. He has females coming up to the thing, bringing them food, talking about, oh, you need to be feminine. And girl, I got smoke for you, sis. Don't worry. I'm coming for you. Because I wish you would try to give a femininity class and you sitting up here bringing a damn dope fiend food and money. Girl, if you don't have a seat, ain't nothing feminine about that. Keeping no man, girl, no. Have a seat, ma'am. Hanira. He got a type, y'all. Have y'all noticed? Have y'all noticed his type? Excuse me. She don't even lay down her edges for his ass. Oh, Lord, girl. We're not going to talk about edges. We're not going to talk about edges. Whatever. Let's see if we can get this in there.
You being beta male tear you apart in front of your peers because you just hoping that this one time you will get publicly validated. And you think that if you get publicly validated, if you think that you get publicly validated, you might feel better about yourself. And I'm here to tell you that the mind loves to play tricks on you. Your mind loves to play tricks on you. That's right. Your mind wants you to think that if you can get one of these YouTubian beta males to validate you publicly, your self-esteem will go up. But it won't. These are the games the unconscious plays on your mind, black woman. These are the games that your unconscious plays on your mind, black woman. Don't let your mind play games on you. Don't let that little girl inside of you who was victimized as a child. Don't let that little girl inside of you that was victimized by your first husband. Don't let that little girl inside of you that was sexually assaulted or physically assaulted by her mother's boyfriend. Don't let the pain of that little girl. Don't let the pain of your inner child, black woman, don't let the inner child run your life.
He has no concept of inner child work, and Kevin Samuels does the same exact thing. Kevin Samuels will sit up here and ask a woman, oh, have you ever been abused? And they pretend like they care, but they don't care. And any information that you reveal to Kevin, he will use it against you. Any information that you disclose, you can say, oh, I'm a victim of domestic violence. Oh, he'll make fun of it. Oh my, I was abused as a child. He'll make fun of it. It's not a safe space. And Umar is sitting up here trying to be pretending to be smarter than what he is. Talking about don't let the inner child rule your life. He has no idea what he's talking about. None. Like literally none at all. I'm sorry that StreamYard is not letting me be great. Gator Girl says, oh, man, Umar, shut up and go clean up that bando. Go do some work, you lazy bum. I'm trying to tell you, Gator Girl. Oh, Gator Girl, he lazy.
See, black woman, I want you to understand something. When you read For Sisters Only book, you're going to learn about that little girl that every black woman got living inside of her. And that little girl is scarred and hurt. All of what you've been through as a little girl, all the sexual molestations you've been through as a little girl, the sexual abuse and exploitations you've been through as a little girl, the relationships you've been in that did not turn out right. That little girl in you is trying to heal, but she doesn't know how to heal. So she's motivating you to get involved in dysfunctional relationships and dysfunctional situations to get your unmet needs met. That's right. When you find yourself going on these YouTube platforms to let uncredentialed, uncertified people, when you go on these YouTube platforms,
But didn't you lose your child psychologist? Pardon me, school psychologist certification because you didn't do the continuing education? So you don't even have that certification no more. You've never been a licensed therapist. You keep saying that you're a therapist. I recently heard you say that you're a therapist, but you don't have a license. You cannot provide therapy. You try to pretend like it's a matter of just doing some hours, but it's way more than that. It's way more than that. It's very tedious to get that license, and you haven't gotten it. You're not licensed in any state in this country, in this union, to provide therapy services. You're not a therapist. You're not a clinical psychologist. I don't know. No one can verify that you have the doctorate. Nobody has seen it. Nobody has seen the thesis. But even if you can't provide any services in a clinical setting, you're banned from the schools. You don't, you, and then so to try to get around it, you started calling yourself a life coach that does, quote, consultations, because the board was coming down on you for saying that you're going to be providing family therapy. You've called yourself a family therapist. You've called yourself a therapist. You've called yourself a clinical psychologist, none of which you are. So you want to sit up here and point fingers at Kevin Samuels saying that he's uncredentialed, that he doesn't have the certifications. You don't either. You don't either. You guys are the same. You both give bad advice to Black women. You both ridicule Black women. You just ridicule Black women about different things. Kevin Samuels goes in on the weight. You go in on the hair. Kevin Samuels goes in on the age. You go in on the complexion. Kevin Samuels goes in on single mothers. You want to scam single mothers. Don't y'all, you guys are brothers. You're both Dust Bunny brothers. You're the same guy, just different ways of abusing. One might stab you, one might shoot you. Y'all are both violent and what's the word? Dangerous. You just want to sell your brand of abuse. Oh, my brand of abuse is better. Thank you, Gator Girl. Thank you. Daughter's personality disorder was his made-up diagnosis for abuse victims, right? He's beyond trash. Gator Girl, let me tell you something, Gator Girl. Chloe blocked me today. Chloe blocked me on Instagram because she's sitting up here caping for Umar, talking about Umar chin checked Kevin Samuels. And when I went onto the page to let her know, sis, ma'ams, Umar said that girls who were survivors of girls and women who are survivors of childhood molestation and rape, he called thoughts and hot asses. HOTASSES, hot asses. I said he's behind on his child support. He's been in child support court for over 18 years. He recently had his driver's license suspended due to failure to pay child support. He doxed his child's mother and the grandmother. He doxed his own child's school. He says he wants to crush cookies in every state. This is your hero, Chloe, because you hate Kevin Samuels that much that you're willing to prop up another abusive male? And then you block a woman, a sister, who's been on your page for over a year, never had a problem. Never had a problem. I don't disrespect anybody. You could check my record. I don't come on anybody's page cussing them out or acting a damn fool. Everybody can vouch for me that I'm a respectful person. Everybody can. People in my real life can vouch that I'm a respectful person. I've been on your page for over a year, no problem. Because I tell the truth about Umar, you block me. You didn't even have the decency to send me a DM. Hey sis, I'm gonna go ahead and delete your comments about Umar because I like Umar, but please don't post negative about Umar. And I would have respected that. Real talk, Crip Walk. Real talk, motherfucking Crip Walk. If you sit up here, you respond to me as a page owner, because this is the thing about me. I have something called home training. Right now, y'all are in my living room, literally. Okay. So I'm going to say what the fuck I want to say. I'm in my own house. I'm on my own page. I will say what the fuck I want. But when I'm on your page, I will respect your rules. So if you love Umar so bad, you love Umar so much, you want to praise Umar and cape for Umar, and you fell for the pandering, fine. Fine. All you had to do was just tag me. Hey, at the Afrocentric Woman, please don't disparage Umar on my page. I would say, okay, sis, no problem. Let me delete my comments. I respect you. I have home training. Just send me the word. Just tell me the word and I'll stop. We can agree on everything except we can disagree on Umar. That's fine. I'm at peace with that because I don't need you to agree with me on everything. I'm comfortable and I don't need a bandwagon of people cheering me on the shit that I want to do. No, I can stand 10 toes down in everything I do and everything I say. I think Umar is a scamming, abusive, sociopathic narcissist, and I stand 10 toes down in that. And we have thousands of hours worth of recorded videos and police reports and people's personal accounts. I know he scammed a business owner in my city. I know he hasn't returned to my city since I think 2014. He's not allowed to. He get his ass whooped. These people have never forgot that he stole that money. He ain't been back since. He'll go to the neighboring city, but he won't come to that one. He won't come to my hometown. So I have personal account that he's a scam and abusive ass piece of shit. You could have DM'd me, but you blocked me because I'm telling the truth. Anyway, girl, let me just move on. Yes. Hypergamous Chloe blocked me. Exactly. Yes, she blocked me because I said something negative about Umar. I didn't say nothing negative as in he ain't shit, fuck that nigga, that. I didn't do that. I didn't do that because when you go in on somebody like that, people don't listen to you. All I did was state the facts. I said Umar called girls who are survivors of molestation and rape. He called them thoughts, and he called them hot asses. Survivors of rape, he called them hot asses. And I said he's been in child support for over 18 years. So I wasn't going in as in being belligerent. I was going in as far as providing the facts. Yeah, and she blocked me because she don't like Kevin that much. I had no idea that black women were in the state that we're in. At least, not at least on the what you call it. At least on the hypergamous side, on the dating upside, on the level up side. I thought that we would get it right. The level up black women, I thought we would get it right. Now the mammies, I know the mammies was gonna fall for it because they're easily influenced when they can say something. So I was expecting for the mammies to get it wrong. But somebody like a Chloe, I have to be honest with you, like that hit me from left field. I would have never expected her to post scamming ass Umar as some type of hero. Yeah, it's off brand for her. No, she didn't say nothing to me, sis. She just blocked me. Oh, she did that too. Sad. Yeah, it is sad. It's very sad that she blocked me because I've said so many supportive things over the past year something. You see what I'm saying? I've said supportive things to her over the past year, sent people to her channel and whatnot, sent people to her Instagram. And because I'm sharing facts on Umar, she blocked me. She don't. See, that's the thing revealing a narcissist. She can't know. That's the thing revealing narcissist. There's no way that she can understand who Umar is and promote him on her page as some type of somebody who's doing something positive. And like people like her They want to sit up here and say, oh, well, because he don't have the school, that's the only thing wrong with him. No, that's the least of the things wrong with him. That's the least of the things wrong with him. Because the school ain't built, that ain't the only thing. Oh, well, he ain't all, and that's what some, I was gonna read some of the comments tonight. That's what I was gonna do, but I'm blocked. I can't see them. I guess I could go on my other Instagram. I might be able to go on my other Instagram because I want to read some of these comments to you. Some of the women in there was like, well, Umar, he might not have did the school, but he right on this one. Yeah, girl. Yeah, Umar, he might be a little harsh, but I really, he kicking that real shit. He telling the truth though. And they're just all applauding the shit. So Chloe inadvertently is sending her followers to go support Umar. They probably some of Umar money that he getting on Cash App today is gonna be thanks to Chloe. Straight up. Some of that money he gonna go take that money down to the corner and pay the dealer. Thanks to Chloe. Maybe shoot her an email. I'm not trying to tell you what to do, but this is off brand for her. She needs to know because she has a large following that may go donate to Umar. Thank you, revealing the narcissist. You just took the words out of my mouth. That's exactly what I was saying, and I didn't even read your comments yet. I guess great minds think alike. I'm just thinking. I'm pretty sure some of Chloe's followers are donating to Umar as you and I, all of us is on this thing right now. I will send her an email. I don't know when. Uh, I don't know. I can't commit to sending her an email. I don't know that I'm going to do that. I don't want to sit up here and lie to you, revealing the narcissist of Black YouTube, that I'm going to do it because I can't commit to that. I don't know that I'm going to send an email. But let me tell you what I will do. I will consider sending an email because perhaps this can just be squashed. I don't think she has any clue about how abusive and dangerous he is. I will give her that. Can anyone tell me what Umar has done? Can anyone tell me what has Umar Johnson done? Do you mean as far as like something positive? Is that your question? Like what has Umar done that's positive? Let me know what's your question exactly. Because he's done a lot of scamming. Thank you, revealing the narcissist of BlackTube. I will listen to my intuition. The only thing that's making me hesitate towards sending the email is the fact that I said something that you don't like, so you block me. So, okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how many people have said negative things on my channel, they're not blocked? You know how many people said negative things on my IG, they're not blocked? So, I just, I don't know. Like, that makes me feel like you can't accept diversity of opinion, and that makes me uneasy. Like, okay. What has Umar done? Anything? As far as positive things, we can't point to anything positive that Umar has done. Over the past 10 years, he's collected over $2 million, and we can't point to anything that he's done. He does have a book he just did. The book is terrible. The book basically teaches people to act like Umar. Like, he talks about like having these parent meetings. He talks about these types of letters and stuff like that, but it's so aggressive and counterproductive. Like if you followed Umar Johnson's advice in that book in the school district, they would probably just kick your kid out. It's so belligerent. Like, he basically is giving you advice as to what he would do. I remember there was one of his parent teacher calls. I forgot which one it was. I'm trying to think of the scenario. I think it was like the husband wasn't like doing something for the wife or something like that. And Umar was basically like, I think he was like, starve him or, don't give him like, basically he was like, punish him into submission. That was Umar's advice. Like, punish him into submission. And I was like, if you follow this advice, you're going to get divorced. Like, it was terrible advice. And he gives terrible advice inside of his book. If you follow the advice that Umar gives, you're no one's going to help your child. You're not going to be able to get the services that you really need. So even the things that Umar has produced, like for example, this book, yes, it was finally released, but it is trash. I've gone to Umar's lectures before when he came to my city. Now, this one woman who I'm connected with on Facebook, she was like, I remember when Umar came because you asked him about violence against women. I was like, I did. I don't even remember, y'all. This was in 2012. I didn't remember asking that question, but I did ask Umar that at the lecture, and he blew me off. Like he didn't want to talk about that. He just moved on and started talking about something else. You know? So I can't point to anything that Umar has done that has been beneficial to the primary source of people that he says he's serving, which is black boys. Even when he took them on the college tour, it was weird and creepy. And he was talking about inappropriate things with the boys. So it's almost like whatever he does, he still does damage while he's doing it. Where did Umar come from? Supposedly North Philly. Supposedly he came from North Philly. So, you know, he just came on the scene. Now, a lot of people attribute Sonetta to popularizing Umar. It was actually Dawa Israel. Dawa Israel used to have a radio show in Chicago that was a local radio show. Actually, it wasn't a radio show. It was a TV show on public access TV. This was back in like 2010. This was in like 2010. I remember because I ended up getting that video in 2011. So Dawa had him on the show. It was either early 2011 or 2010, late 2010. And he interviewed Umar on the psycho academic war, Holocaust of against black boys. And Umar was Ritalin, ADHD, woo, woo, woo. He's throwing out all these terms, and black people was confused, and they were like, oh, there's a little bit of truth in it, and it took off. So Dawa started putting those videos on YouTube, and then that video circulated everywhere. And then after that video circulated everywhere, was already hot, then Sonetta picked it up. A lot of people don't know that it was already circulating before Sonetta got a hold of it. Sonetta did not break him. You know what I'm saying? As far as the black consciousness community, whoop, 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 da, 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 da. Oh, sis, let me tell you. Let me tell you. Black Butterfly 63 says, and why do we need a Umar Johnson? We don't. We do not need an Umar Johnson. There are competent black school psychologists. There are competent black therapists that are in the community doing work. A lot of them are not on social media as much as Umar because they're actually seeing clients. They don't have time to live stream all day. They don't have time to be in a trap bando live streaming all day. They don't have time to create memes on Instagram all day. They're actually serving the community. They're actually providing services to children and families. So they're not as visible as someone like an Umar Johnson. You know what I mean? No, we don't need him. We need him to go away. The best thing he can do for us is go away. But his addiction to narcissistic supply is so strong, he won't. He won't go away. He's addicted to narcissistic supply. And his biggest way to get narcissistic supply is from YouTube and Instagram and social media. So he's going to keep self-exposing until he's physically stopped. His twin brother, Dempsey, is also addicted to narcissistic supply. He won't stop. This man has incriminated himself over and over and over again. He has put his license in jeopardy. He don't care. It's like they're so addicted to narcissistic supply. It's like they implode without it. They can't live without it. Dempsey could have left YouTube 2 years ago and said, oh, I'm fucking up my life. Let me stop this and just work and just keep my head down, keep my head to the book, and let me just work and just, let me just provide services to my clients. And just left all YouTube alone. He can't. He can't stop. Yeah. He can't stop. He can't leave YouTube alone, and he can't stop committing crimes on YouTube because he's so addicted to the supply. He's so addicted to to the attention and the admiration. He didn't dubbed himself Godfather. Guess who else calls himself Godfather, y'all? Guess. Dempsey then started calling himself the damn Godfather. Guess who else called themselves the Godfather? Let me give y'all a little bit of time to respond in the chat. Guess who else called themselves the Godfather? I'll wait. I'll wait. Well, let me tell y'all. Kevin Samuels calls himself the Godfather. These narcissists have this, they like to have power over people. You know, they like to have control over people. So by them saying, oh, I'm the Godfather, it, you know, it puts them in a place of influence over people. So Dempsey is negatively influencing the younger people that come on his channel and sending them off to do all kinds of crimes and negatively impacting them. He's not thinking about their future. If you was a father figure, you wouldn't be sending your followers to commit crimes. You would be trying to send them, hey, why don't you go into school? Why don't you get a certification? Why don't you do something productive with yourself? Why don't you, you know, whatever, work a program, you know, get a good job, try to get a promotion. Dempsey don't lead his followers to that. No, he'd be like, oh, go over there and troll. Go over there and dox. Make up a story. Hire actors. You know what I'm saying? Slander people. That's what he do. No, he's terrible. He's just like Umar. You will see. Dempsey and Umar have a lot in common. Dempsey and Kevin Samuel have a lot in common. They all birds of a feather. And I'm not about to sit up here and, oh, because this narcissist is saying this about that narcissist, that this one ain't that bad. No, they all bad. They all terrible. You have to learn. We have to get to the point as a community where we can be sophisticated enough to see the common theme and stream throughout all these toxic people. What is it that Kevin Samuels and Dempsey Spears and Umar Johnson and Tasha K and Monty Woodgrain, what do all these abusive narcissists have in common? There's another one in the narcissistic abuse awareness community called Harrio, over the top, raging narcissist. What are they all? What is a common theme? What is the common theme of these narcissistic people? Because everybody that I just named has a different flavor of narcissism. Everyone that I just named has a different flavor of narcissism. It shows up a little bit different. So if you fixate yourself on Kevin Samuels and that's the only way that you can see it, and that's the only way that you can interpret him being abusive towards Black women and everybody else, then you're going to miss an Umar Johnson. You're not going to see how Monty Woodgrain is just as bad. You're not going to catch it. You're not going to catch the tease. You have to dig underneath the surface of the particular flavor and personality of any one given narcissist and see the common theme. Yes, revealing the narcissist. I saw him. I've got the permission of the sisters. There's some sisters who he did a live stream with, Harrio, and that's when his mask fell off. So just to let y'all know, narcissists have a mask that they wear that is their image, that's all put together, and when they're endearing you to them and they're love bombing you, and that's the honeymoon phase, and it's a new relationship. It could be a new working relationship, it could be a new business relationship, it could be a new neighbor relationship, it could be an intimate partner relationship. Whatever the relationship that you have with that narcissist, they have a mask on. When the mask slips is when you see the real them. So Harrio's mask literally slipped on the live stream, y'all. He started drinking alcohol and he couldn't hold it together, and the mask fell all the way off. And that's when I knew he's a narcissist. The sisters that he was working with confirmed it. There was all manner of craziness going on behind the scenes that we didn't even see for us, the viewing public that's watching the live stream. So yeah, his mask slipped. Oh, let's see if this is gonna work. I need a new computer, y'all. I'm trying to play the video. Well, revealing the narcissist, he kind of was exposed, but he
Uncredentialed
kind of wasn't.
strangers evaluate you. That's the little girl in you. That's the little girl in you crying out for validation. And I'm telling you, sister, if your father is still alive, if your father figure is still alive, if your uncle or grandfather is still alive, if you have a pastor who ain't trying to get in your panties, if you have a pastor who ain't trying to get in your panties, you can have a conversation with a man who doesn't have a sexual interest in you. You can have a conversation with a man who doesn't have a sexual interest in you to help get those unmet needs. See, every woman in the world, but we're talking about our queens. Every woman in the world, but we're talking about our queens. Every woman in the world needs a man who loves her without any interest of sexual intercourse. Listen to me well, black woman. In order for you to be healthy, you have to have a man you can go to and get emotional healing and support. And that man is so secure in his manhood and so in control of his hormones and his root chakra. See, black men, we got to get our root chakras under control. The black man has to get his root chakra. Black men, the reason why some of us are so hypersexual is our root chakra is out of control. We have to get our root chakras under control if we really want to serve the black sisterhood. I'm going to say it again. We got to get our root chakras under control so that we can be of better use to our women. Because every black woman needs a man that she can depend on for emotional support that doesn't lead to sexual abuse.
Umar always finds a reason, no matter what, to talk about sex. You could be talking about painting the school, and he'll be like, yeah, I looked at, you want to make sure you pick a color that doesn't cause an erection. You're like, what? What are you talking about? I thought we were talking about paint. And then you're going to the grocery store, you're picking out apples, and he's like, oh, look at these melons. They kind of look like an ass. Like, it doesn't matter what. Umar will find a way to talk about sex. He's so obsessed. And I think it's like a shock value type of thing. And I think also he's preoccupied with sex. He's such a predator. He's preoccupied with sex all the time. And as he advances in his addiction and other mental illnesses, I believe that he has less impulse control. So he's preoccupied with sex all the time, right? And he has a diminished ability to regulate himself. He doesn't have good self-regulation. So he just blurts out these sexual topics at the most inopportune times and make absolutely no fucking sense. You're talking about male gurus and how they're uncertified, and you're so great because you're certified, and you're going to make a sister circle because you want to be in women's spaces because you don't have a fucking job. And now we're talking about sex. Make it make sense, y'all. Like, make it make sense. Oh, God. Come on. StreamYard. Be nice to me.
And I'm using sexual abuse in the general sense, not having sexually raped or anything, but having sex with a woman who really don't need sex can be a form of sex abuse. Having sex.
Umar is telling on himself, y'all. Right now, Umar's self-exposing. When he just said having sex with a woman who don't need to be have sex with, who don't, okay, let me see if I can rewind that. So we can, let me run that back. Let me run it back. Hold on. Let's see if I can run it
We
back.
really want to serve the black sisterhood. I'm going to say it again. We got
Let's
to get
listen to
our
that
root
again.
chakras under control so that we can be of better use to our women. Because every black woman needs a man that she can depend on for emotional support that doesn't lead to sexual abuse. And I'm using sexual abuse in the general sense, not having sexually raped or anything, but having sex with a woman who really don't need sex can be a form of sex abuse. Having sex with a woman who really don't need sex, who's looking for love, that can be considered a form of sexual abuse, brother.
Umar is self-exposing. Did y'all just hear him? Having sex with a woman who really don't need sex but needs love is a form of abuse, brothers. And he said it multiple times. He's talking about himself. And what he's doing is he's talking about his con, where he preys on women who are looking for a father figure for their sons, and Umar takes advantage of the woman and sleeps with her. He's telling on himself. Because think about that scenario. Think about the scenario that Umar just explained. You know, fellas, you shouldn't have sex with a woman who don't want sex, who don't need sex but need love. Think about how bizarre that scenario is. Whose fucking mind works like that besides his demented ass fucking mind? What he's doing is he's self-exposing. He's saying what he does. He sleeps with women who don't need sex but really need love. He takes advantage of women. And did you see how he qualified sex abuse? Let me run it back again in case y'all didn't hear. Let me run it back. Let me run it back. Listen closely.
Support that doesn't lead to sexual abuse. And I'm using sexual abuse in the general sense, not having sexually raped or anything, but having sex with a woman who really don't need sex can be a form of sex abuse. Having sex with a woman who really don't need sex, who's looking for love, that can be considered a form of sexual abuse, brothers and sisters. And so,
Did y'all catch that? Did you catch it? Did you see the hesitation when he says, well, I don't mean sexual abuse, and well, I don't mean like a rape, but you see him qualifying it? The hesitation and trying to get his mind, he's trying not to incriminate himself because he knows he's guilty of he's guilty of much of the shit he's saying. And he's trying to, he is as delusional and discombobulated and tweaking as he is, he's trying to somehow put his words together in a way that won't be too incriminating. But he's already self-exposed. He's told on himself. Did you hear it? Let me know if y'all need me to run it back again, or we can just keep going. Exactly. Exactly, revealing the narcissist of YouTube. Like he did with the conscious stripper, like he did with so many other women. Exactly. Exactly. Let me see if I can load it up one more time. Come on, StreamYard. I damn near don't want to stop the video because I don't want to keep, you know.
black men have to get our root chakras under control so when sisters come to us, we can say to ourselves, not to her, this is a beautiful sister, but she don't need me for that. She don't need me for that. She need me to be a man right now.
Umar's talking to himself. Do you hear him? When women are coming to him for advice about their children, he's so sexually impulsive and compulsive and sex addicted and preoccupied with sex all the time. He sees every woman as cookies to be devoured. He's talking to himself when he says, no, brothers, we have to regulate ourselves. When a woman is coming to us for something, it's not about sex. He's talking to himself because he takes advantage of women who are coming to him for a variety of reasons, related to their children, or he says, oh, I can help you with depression, I can help you with anxiety, I can help you with relationship issues, I can help you with your inner child, I'm a therapist, I'm a life coach. He's so sexually compulsive and lacks any type of self-regulation that, yeah, he does see them as a sexual something to be devoured. He's very dangerous. Chloe and Chloe's followers, this man is dangerous. He's the antithesis of hypergamy. This is hypogamy at its worst form. This male cannot even keep a roof over his head. He can't even keep his driver's license activated and valid. Between you and your mama, neither one of y'all could come up with the rent. Neither one of y'all. Ooh, child. Ooh, child, 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 child. This man is telling on himself. Oof, he is very dangerous. Very dangerous.
She needs me to be a non-sexual man. She needs masculine energy that does not have any sexual agenda tied to it. Women often need masculine love and emotion that doesn't have any physical intimacy tied to it. And I'm going to say this to all the black men listening. I'm going to say this to all the black men listening. I'm going to say this to all the black men listening. Until you are strong enough to love a woman without sticking your Shango stick, until you can say, Dr. Umar, I know some women who are beautiful and got a lot going for them. But because I know I don't really mean them no good, or because I know they really looking for a husband right now and not just a friend, or because I know I have enough women on my rotation as it is, because I know I have enough queens in my queendom, although I would love to experience this, sister, I'm going to be a real alpha male today. I'm going to be a real alpha male today, and I am not going to let that sister walk into a trap where she's looking for masculine validation but ends up getting taken advantage of by another male. I'm going to let her know, sister, I'm not going to sleep with you. You're beautiful, you're drop dead gorgeous, but I know you're looking for more. And because I know you're looking for more, I'm never going to touch you. We are never going to go there. I'm going to be the man you can come to when you need to have a conversation about other men. I'm going to be the man you can come to and get a hug, a real tight hug, and it not lead to nothing else. Black men, part of
Umar's talking about himself and to himself. Yes, he is. Yes. Umar's talking to himself and about himself. When he talks, this is the thing about these incels, about these red pill males, about these males who don't want to compete in the open marketplace for women. It's that they feel entitled to sex. And he has the delusion that every single woman is available to have sex with him. He thinks that there's no limits to, like, I'm Umar Johnson. Of course you want to sleep with me. So there's some random woman who's beautiful, who's like, hey, Umar, I have this problem with my child. They don't pay attention in class. And Umar's like, you're so beautiful, but I'm not going to sleep with you. What? What? You want me to believe that as destitute as you look at you, look at him. At a bando, roaming around, talking into your phone. You want me to believe that every single woman that you encounter wants to have sex with you. That's what you want me to believe. That's what you believe. That is the deep-seated belief that you have deep inside of you. You think that every single woman is vying to sleep with you. You think that every single woman is available to you, and you would have to be the one to turn her down. And you want to sit up here and you're sitting up here and you're exposing yourself that you're saying, oh no, I won't sleep with you because I know that you came to me for another issue. I know that I have too many women in my rotation, hence cookies. He just said he had cookies in every state. I have too many women in my rotation to add you. I know you want a husband, but I don't. I'm just a friend right now. How many times has Umar said the most important thing to him is confidentiality? He doesn't want his women talking to each other. The females that he entertains, he doesn't want any of them to talk to each other. He doesn't want any of them to know about each other. He likes everybody in their silo. That's how Umar likes his females. He likes all his females in their perspective silo, and nobody communicate with each other about Umar's shenanigans. Something about a Shango stick? What the fuck is wrong with you? You are so disrespectful to the Yoruba religion, you asshole. You're a disgrace to the Yoruba religion. You're referring to your infected peen as a Shango stick, you disgusting asshole. Do you know how disrespectful that is to the people who actually worship Orishas? To the people who actually follow Oludumare and have shrines and who actually have reverence for the religion? And you just called your infected peen a Shango stick? You disgusting asshole. You're such a pimp and a peddler and a grifter. You grift on to everybody's culture. You grift on to Pan-Africanism. You grift on to Yoruba spiritual practices, calling yourself Ifa Tunde. You're Ifa Fraud Day. You're such a fraud. You're a failed Muslim scholar. Everyone keeps saying that he's a failed preacher. No, he's a failed Islamic scholar. Before he was Umar Johnson, he was Umar Abdullah Johnson, and he made sure everybody used the word Abdullah because it was an Arabic name. It was Abdullah Johnson, Umar Abdullah. But he was rejected by the Muslim community in Philadelphia. They'll tell you. Umar don't want to have no discipline. Muslims don't smoke and drink and do drugs. You think they were going to allow him into the masjid high and drunk? No, they kicked him out. He's a failed Islamic scholar. Failed. So he grifted his ass over to Pan-Africanism. And he grifted his ass over into the Yoruba spiritual system. But he doesn't have the respect to not call it a Shango stick, his infected peen. Of course he looks homeless. Nobody wants you. No woman with a self-esteem wants to lay down in the gutter with someone like an Umar Johnson. And you have the nerve to sit up here and try to talk about Kevin Samuels. You guys are the same. You guys are the same.
Being masculine is being able to turn that root chakra down, turn down that root chakra energy, and just be a brother to a sister. In order to be an alpha male, in my definition, part of being an alpha male is being emotionally available to black women in need of positive masculinity without it leading to a sexual escapade. Part of being an alpha male, in my definition, part of being an alpha male, in my definition, is being emotionally available to a woman without allowing the relationship to descend into an empty sexual escapade. That's where we got to get, black men.
But what about the cookies that you have all over the country that you stated? You got cookies everywhere. Politics over punani. You've never talked about marriage in a significant way. You're not marriage material. You're not holding your child's mothers down. If you cared about black family, you would be holding down your child's mother, both of them. You wouldn't be behind on child support if you cared. We don't need you to come join the sister circle in the salon when we getting our hair done. We're good over here. We need you to carry your ass down to Philly and go pay your child support. You're talking about providing emotional support to random women on YouTube and Instagram? Well, you're not emotionally available to your own kids, your own little girls. You dox their mama. But you're going to talk about being emotionally supportive to some random person, some random woman. You don't have any emotions, Umar. You're one-dimensional. You're shallow as fuck. The only thing that you have is anger and rage and depression. Maybe you're bipolar. Pardon me, borderline. Maybe you're borderline. You're either depressed or you're raging. You're never happy. Never. You're never content. You're never satisfied. You're never at peace. You're always angry and raging, or you're depressed and sad. And it's a pendulum that you swing from those two emotions. That's it. There's no depth there. You don't have regret. You don't have remorse. You have cold empathy. What you think empathetic people do is what you try to do, but you have no real empathy. You have no real compassion. And obviously no real intellect, but you steady self-exposing yourself online because you're so addicted to narcissistic supply that you can't stop talking. Self-exposing yourself regarding these women, telling you're giving your whole playbook out to the internet. This is what you do. Women come to you for a different issue, something about their kids, something about their children, and you are so sexually compulsive and unregulated that you just spread your peen from coast to coast, continent to continent, with no intention of marrying any damn body. I don't think Umar gonna get married until his thing stop working completely. And so long as they're Viagra, he probably still gonna be trying to slang it. He probably still gonna be trying to slang it. He gonna take that blue pill and keep on going. Oh Lord, Umar, how much more we got this video? We got y'all. Okay, let me see if I can let it play for a little while.
America has made us too hypersexual. America has made us too hypersexual. America has made us as black men, all men, but I'm talking to my brothers. America has made us hypersexual. And ever since slavery, 400 years, the black man has been trained to sexually objectify the black woman. For 400 years, the black man has been trained by the slave master to sexually objectify the black woman's body and the black woman herself. For some of us, the black woman is nothing more than an object of sexual satisfaction. For many of us, the black woman is nothing more than an object of sexual satisfaction. That comes from the slave empire. That is part of post-traumatic slavery disease. If you are a black man and the main worth of a woman to you is her sexual abilities, then you suffer from post-traumatic slavery disease. Now, don't get me wrong. Black women are gorgeous. I love 5'5" thick in the thighs. I love a curvy, conscious, nappy-headed, intelligent, can throw down in the kitchen black woman. Oh, yes, I love a beautiful black woman. Oh, yes, I do. Oh, yes, I do. I am a man with the urges and instincts of any other African man. But at the same time, the God in me, the deity in me, the divine in me dictates that I control that root chakra and control those natural urges towards reproduction when I see a sister who needs more than that. And a true alpha male can say, you know what? Not this time. Not this time, not under these circumstances. I'm going to be a source of masculine support for this black woman, no matter how beautiful and single she is, and I'm not going to let it turn into a useless sexual escapade.
Umar is self-exposing. He has useless sexcapades. That's what he does. That's why he's always in different hotels all around the country. He don't have no roots nowhere. Like, where's Umar? Where's Umar's family? Where's his roots? Where are the proof in the pudding? You know what my godmother used to always tell me? My godmother used to tell me, you cannot judge a man by how hard he kick it with his homeboys. If he play video games with all his homeboys all day, he kick it real hard. He hold his homeboys down. He kick it back. He be like kicking it so hard. No, that's not how you judge a man. You judge a man, his fruits are his family. His fruits are his family. How is his family doing? How healthy are they? Are they thriving? Are they prospering? That's how you judge a man. Umar's so delusional that he thinks that every available woman is an opportunity for him. That's why he tried every woman. I can tell you he tried a woman in my city that wasn't even available. And even when the lady mama told him to simmer down, he wouldn't do it. He's compulsive. This is 2012. He can't help himself. This lady wasn't available. He kept being inappropriate, making inappropriate passes at her.
Where she goes home feeling used and abused. I'm not talking about a sister who is only interested in having a friend. That's different. If a sister just wants a friend and she's cool with that, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about sisters who you know are thirsty for a husband, thirsty for a meaningful relationship, thirsty for a long-term relationship, and you are not the one to give it to her. Can you just stand by her as a brother? Can you be the shoulder she needs to cry on once in a while? Can you be the brother that gives her the hug once in a while? See, the reason why some of the coons in the chat, the reason why some of the beta males in the chat can't understand, overstand, or understand what I'm talking about. The reason why some of you beta males in the chat can't understand, overstand, and understand what I'm talking about is you have been mentored by beta males who have positioned the black woman as their enemy. You have been mentored by beta males who have raised you to believe the black woman is your problem. I had a beta male say earlier, Dr. Umar, black women been in charge of the black community for 60 years. No, she hasn't. The white man, has been in charge of the black community for 400 years. The black woman is only a...
Let me ask you this question, y'all. Y'all give me y'all's opinion. When he's lying and saying this thing where he's pretending that he's supposedly this stand-up guy that has the ability to resist having sex with women, that's meaningless sex escapades, as he says, and he's so righteous and he's so good and he is going to provide emotional support without trying to sleep with a woman, and black men, you need to stop doing this, and you don't be with a woman you're not ready to commit to her. Do you think that's what fooled Chloe and the rest of the women? Do y'all think that's what fooled her? Do you think she fell for that rhetoric? Like, do you think that's the issue? That they were like, oh, these are redeeming qualities. He talks a good game. And the women who are caping, do you think that's what it is? Y'all let me know in the chat. I really want to know. And I think you bring up a very important point, revealing the narcissist of Black YouTube. So wanting a husband means she's thirsty? Yeah, Umar is constantly down, negatively talking against families. Constantly. Like, he says politics over punani, consciousness over coochie. That's what he says. So me, a woman, let's say I want a relationship. No, fuck that. Not me. Okay, let's say Sally. Not me. Sally wants a relationship with Umar. Or, and Umar meets with Sally about a venue, and then Umar comes on to Sally about going on a date with him or coming over to his hotel to quote unquote build. Hey, queen, come to my hotel. I'm staying at the Motel 8. Let's build. Let's build together. And so then Sally says, well, I don't really feel comfortable going to your hotel. I want something serious. If you're really interested in me, I'll meet you for breakfast at this restaurant or whatever. Ah, no, queen, I gotta build. I'm trying to build tonight. So it's consciousness over coochie. What? Sally didn't come to you about coochie. Sally came to you about you getting to know her and you actually courting her. But Umar doesn't see the black woman as the prize. Hello? The video that I just posted earlier today that so many people have an issue with. Umar doesn't see the black woman as a prize. He only sees, when he sees a black woman, he only sees coochie, punani, and cookies. That's it. He doesn't say consciousness over marriage, politics over relationship. He doesn't say consciousness over family, politics over meaningful connection. He says consciousness over coochie because that's all he sees black women as: coochie, punani, and cookies. Don't you see?
Of the black community. And the only reason why she is a manager of the black community is because the war against black men, which is waged by the white man, is sending us to the prison and to the cemetery. So the black woman had to step in and assume that role. The black woman don't want to be the damn alpha male in your house. The black woman don't want to be going crazy raising your children. The black woman don't want to be crazy teaching her daughter about sex and dating and pregnancy and birth control and STDs. Do you really think the black woman wouldn't rather be doing something else? Do you really think she want to be working 2 and 3 jobs to get the bills paid because your ass is locked up or dead? And I'm not blaming you, black man. It's a war on us. But what I'm telling you, stop making the black woman the scapegoat for the white man. And if you feel that you have to make the black woman the scapegoat for the white man, then why don't you just be honest and say, listen, I'm scared of my oppressor. I'm scared of the white man. I don't want to challenge him. I don't want to fight him. I'm scared of my oppressor, so I'm just going to blame my sister. I'm scared of the white man, so I'm just going to blame the black woman. That's the truth. Tell the truth. You scared of the white man, so you just going to blame the black woman. Can we tell the truth? Can we tell the truth? Because that's all you beta males are doing, trying to make the black woman the scapegoat for what the white man has done to you. The black woman does not control the school system. The black woman does not control the criminal justice system. The black woman does not control the legal system. She does not control the economy. Just tell the truth. You have been mentored by beta males who have made the black woman the scapegoat for what the white man has done to you because you are afraid to challenge your oppressor. That's why when the Frederick Douglass and Marcus Garvey Academy is open, there will be code of conduct on this campus. There will be a code of conduct at the Frederick Douglass High School. There will be a code of conduct at the Marcus.
What are you talking about, code of conduct at the Frederick Douglass Center? You're the one talking about you want a sexy office. That's what you said. You said you want a sexy office. You said that your queens were going to be the secretaries at the FDMG and that you were going to need private time with them in your office. That's what you said. So what type of code of conduct are you talking about exactly? You called middle school girls intimate parts rotten cookies. So if you're the leader And you're referring to girls, pardon me. You're inappropriately referring to women's private parts as rotten cookies. You talking about the little children gonna be coming out there with stanky draws? What part of that's professional? What part of that? What type of code of conduct are you talking about? Exactly. What kind of code of conduct are you talking about? Because if it's coming from the top, it damn sure ain't coming from your ass. You disrespecting the children, you gonna pound their little chest in? Is that part of the code of conduct? You gonna kidnap the boys from their house and take them in the woods? That's part of the code of conduct. Is it? You gonna make the children, y'all, it's a video on here. It's a God, I forgot the name of it. If I can think of it, I'll put it in the description box. But there was like a sector that broke off from the they broke off from the Nation of Islam. It was like a little subset of Muslims, whatever. And they used to have this like restaurant. I want to say they were in the Midwest, like Milwaukee and Chicago and up there, like the Midwest and Indianapolis, I think. And they had child slavery. They used to make the kids drop out of school and work in this restaurant, and that's how the organization used to support themselves. They did a whole documentary on it called "I Was Part of a Cult." I don't know if it was TLC or if it was what's the other channel? What's the other channel? Not Discovery. Oh God, what's the name of that channel? What's the channel that addiction come on? I mean intervention. A&E. A&E. I think it's A&E, and it's called like I Was Part of a Cult. I Was Part of a Cult. And it's like when Umar said that he was going to make them kids work in that non-existent vegan sports bar, I was like, oh shit, this is a cult. Like the other group did the same thing to the kids. And remember, oh yeah, thank you, Black Butterfly. Thank you, Black Butterfly. He said, Black Butterfly says, and remember, he said he can't be alone with female teachers in his office. Umar is so compulsive when it comes to his sexual delusions and fantasies that he self-exposes all the time. So all that rhetoric earlier in the video of him talking about sexual escapades and I'm not going to come to me for one reason and I flip it and I make it about sex and I use you because I don't want no relationship and all I have to offer is friends and I can't be your man and I can't be consistent in your life. He's talking about himself. He is talking about himself. And now he's talking about, oh, we're going to have a code of conduct. What? You have like, what is the antithesis of code of conduct? You like the code of misconduct. You the code of misconduct. Let me see if I can get, oh, it's so hard for me. Now I see why Lennon be struggling to get through the damn videos. Lennon be struggling, y'all, to get through the video. Lennon be struggling, and I am too. I'm struggling because it's hard because Umar always says the most outrageous shit. And when he does, you just have to stop and be like, what did I just hear? What did this male just say? I cannot believe this male just said this.
Garvey Elementary School. There will be a code of conduct at the Nat Turner and Jean-Jacques Dessalines Gymnasium. Black power. Yes, sir. Shout out to Wilmington, Delaware for standing by the prince. And black woman, I want all my black women to know something right now. I am not condoning your bullshit. My beautiful African queens, I'm talking to you right now. I'm not condoning your bullshit because some black women are on some bullshit. Some of you play keep away with the kids. Some of you take good men to child support who was already taking care of their kids. Some of you will bring good brothers into your life and you use them as an emotional crutch just to get your baby daddy or ex-husband to pay attention to you. I am not condoning the bullshit of black women. I am not saying that the black woman does not have faults because the black woman has faults just like the black man has faults. But I am concerned about the example that black men are sending to young black boys right now in this country. I am concerned about the message that black men are sending to young black boys in this country when a 16-year-old girl gets 4 shots to her heart. When a 16-year-old girl gets 4 shots to her heart in Columbus, Ohio, and a whole bunch of weak-ass, no backbone having beta males will get on the internet and defend a white policeman. Will defend a white policeman who shot 4 bullets into the stomach of a 16-year-old black girl. I cannot condone that. No damn beta males. All these young brothers out here claiming to be masculine. All these young brothers out here claiming to be masculine, and all you doing is attacking women. I'm seeing entire threads on social network of black men talking about everything wrong with black women. That's not how we act, brother. White people are watching this shit. White people are watching this. They are watching you attack your sister on a public platform. Do you really think if a black cop put 4 bullets in a 16-year-old white girl holding a knife, do you think any white man would be defending the black cop? Let me ask you again. If a black cop put 6 bullets in a white girl holding a knife, if a black cop put 4 bullets in a white girl holding a knife, if a black cop put 4 bullets into the heart of a white girl holding the knife, do you think any white man would be on social media defending the black cop who murdered the 16-year-old white girl? What's wrong with us? That's why at the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy, we're going to have a code. We're going to have a code. When you walk on this campus, every black woman will be at peace on this campus. If a black man says the wrong thing to you, he disrespects you, if he does anything inappropriate, you will be able to tell one of the brothers and sisters, and their name will be added to the book of Negroes, and they will be banned. If you do not respect black women, do not come to the Frederick Douglass and Marcus Garvey Academy for any community events. If you do not respect the black woman, do not ever come to the Frederick Douglass and Marcus Garvey Academy for any community events, because you will be banned and your name will be added to the book of Negroes. When you show up, we need to see your driver's license or state-issued ID. I'm letting y'all know now. Don't come to this school for an event pulling out some fake Hotep identification card. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. State-issued ID. My Moorish brothers, I love you, but you better have a state-issued ID or you're not coming in. I want to see the real name, the name you was born with, the name your paycheck has on it. That's what I want to see. Or you're not coming in here. I want to know who everybody is and where they live. That's right. I want to know who everybody is and where they live, brothers and sisters. That's what I want. Black man, if I'm going to hold you accountable, I got to hold the black woman accountable. Black man, So brothers, if I'm going to hold you accountable, I got to hold the sisters accountable. Black woman, don't disrespect no black men on this campus. Black woman, don't disrespect no black man on this campus, or you will be added to the book of Negroes and you will be banned from the campus. How we doing? I can't complain. But that's all for right now. It's the Prince of Pan-Africanism. I'm signing out. Peace and black power.
All right, y'all. So before I head out for tonight, I know it's late, and I want to thank everybody for hanging in there with me. I want to thank you for enduring my technical difficulties. I want to thank you for providing your commentary in the chat box. I do appreciate it. I want to thank you for your time and attention. I really do. Before I sign out, I want to, if anybody wants to call in, let me know. I'll share the link one more time, and I'll make my closing remarks. So this is the video. If you look at King Kong Consciousness YouTube, this video has way more views than his normal rhetoric. And he name dropped Kevin Samuels. Kevin Samuels name dropped Umar maybe, I don't know, maybe like 2 months ago or something like that, somewhere along those lines, where he name dropped Umar, and then Umar turned around and name dropped him. He name dropped Kevin Samuels, and now Umar is trying to keep the momentum going from the Breakfast Club interview. He's trying to do whatever it takes to stay trending. He's trying to do whatever it takes to stay top of mind to Black people. He realizes he may have supposedly condemned Derek Jackson, but he saw how effective Derek Jackson was at pandering to Black women. And he's taking a play from that exact same book. And now he's pandering. And Kevin Samuels, he's getting attention because it's like a world star situation. It's like Kevin Samuels is like watching a world star fight every night for like however long the live stream is. That's how much, that's the energy of it all. That's the energy of it all. And people can't look away. People can't look away from the abuse. People can't look away from the train wreck. People can't look away from, is this really real? Is people really calling into this show? If somebody can DM me on Instagram or post on a community page, I will take a look at Claudia the Claw. I will look at her video on Kevin Samuels, because I heard she went on the show. But I'll tell you, the last time I was on Kevin Samuels live, this was several months ago, and nobody was calling in. He was so sad and depressed. He ended up putting me in timeout because I wasn't rude. I just said, nobody's calling in to be abused tonight. Nobody wants to call into your show. And he put me in timeout. Whatever. I don't care. It was the truth. So that happened to Kevin Samuels. Like, once women realized that it was a con, a lot of women stopped calling in. So now he prearranges the calls ahead of time. So I think that he handpicked Claudia to go on his show because she is the worst representation of Black womanhood. She doesn't keep herself up very well. She doesn't speak intelligently. She abuses children. She slanders. She's discombobulated in her thoughts. She obviously has a bunch of problems. And I think that the main spectacle as to, and her wigs are, not together. I think the main allure for someone like a Kevin Samuels to have the Claudia on the show is because Kevin Samuels has this premise in his head that Black women, specifically dark skinned and brown skinned Black women, that we're all overweight and undesirable, that we don't deserve to marry up or marry, at a higher socioeconomic status of us, that we are not even deserving of marriage at all. And God forbid you have a child. God forbid you have a child. I was just thinking, these males hate mothers. I'm like, who the fuck raised you? You incel? Who raised you? You hate mothers. What about your grandmother? Who had your mother? Who had you? You know what a sacrifice that we go through to carry your little funky ass for 40 weeks? Do you know the type of sacrifice we be on the brink of death trying to bring life to your little funky ass, and you're so ungrateful. Breastfeed your ass for 6 months to a year or 2 years, and then you grow and you just think that you just popped on the planet. You think that you just popped on the planet out of happenstance. You think you came off of a fruit tree or some shit? Your mama carried you. Like, why do you hate mothers so much? Like, once you have a child, your life is over. You're not deserving of marriage. You're not deserving of dating. You're not deserving of a rich man. You're not deserving of luxury. You don't no. Once you're a mother, your life is over. And if you don't do things the way he said, you're gonna die alone. No, 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 Kevin Samuels. No, no, Kevin Samuels. You are promoting baby mama creation. That's what you're doing. You're promoting baby mama creation. Kevin Samuels had the nerve to tell a woman well, what part of his philosophy, which is so fucking flawed, he says that by the third date you have to sleep with your man. If you don't sleep with him, then you're not putting into the relationship, and you're not worthy. Basically, 3 dates. That's it. You got to sleep with him by the third date. At the end of the third date, you have to sleep with him, or else I don't know. Maybe y'all can help me out in the chat. In the chat. I don't know, what is the consequence if you don't sleep with a man by the third at the end of the third date, according to Kevin Samuels. What is Claudia's last name? I don't know. I'm not going to dox her. I'm not going to dox Claudia. I don't like Claudia's behavior. I think that she's a poor representation of dark skin and brown skin Black women with phenotypically African features. I think that she's a very poor representation of us. I don't like Claudia. I don't want to be associated with Claudia. Unfortunately, since I'm a brown skinned Black woman with phenotypically African features, I'm inadvertently associated with Claudia, which I despise. I despise it. Even with me feeling the way I feel about Claudia, I don't condone Kevin Samuels abusing her. I think Claudia has some mental situations going on. I think she's vulnerable. I do. She's got something ain't clean in the buttermilk with Claudia. Something ain't right with that lady. I don't know why. Something's going on with her, okay? It just like the Flacco dude, he's mentally not right. He's not mentally right. Something is wrong with that boy. Something is wrong with the Shakim guy. He mentally off. Claudia's mentally off. So for Kevin Samuels to take advantage of her mental vulnerability and bring her on the show to ridicule her, it's not right. Right is right and wrong is wrong. Claudia is wrong for all the shit that she do. She's dead fucking wrong for going after innocent children. She's wrong for that. Kevin is wrong for abusing any and all dark and brown skinned Black women, all women. I've seen him be abusive to light skinned women, but he tends to take it easier on the mixed and the light skinned women and the Latinas and all the exoticals. He goes in on dark skinned women, says we're average at best. We're going to die alone. They hate mothers over there. The incels, they hate mothers. I heard somebody said nig cells or something. I don't know. It was a funny, yeah, he's cruel to dark skinned women. Exactly. He is. He's cruel to dark skinned women. So cruel. So, Kevin Samuels is a scumbag who everybody just wants him to come out of the closet and just stop these charades. Just stop it. Just come out of the closet, live your life. Live your life. You don't have to keep pretending. You don't have to keep pretending because, Kevin Samuels has this obsession with like not having he likes like a really skinny woman. I think it's because he wants a woman who's shaped like a little boy. I think that's a real thing. That's the issue. So like if you're bigger than a size 2, Kevin Samuel don't want you. So if you thickums like I am with the little waist and the big booty and all of that, he don't want that. He don't want that. He wants a woman who's built like a stick figure. That is his ideal woman. And the interesting thing about him wanting these stick figure women is that he's at odds with a lot of the incels in his chat because many of them like this, the typical voluptuous shaped woman, But it's interesting. I don't think they care as long as he is catering to their egos and he's catering to their philosophies. They're here for it. They don't care if he's gay. They don't care that he don't, that he promotes only a specific type of way. They don't care because that show is not for Um, okay. Are you funny revealing the narcissist of Black YouTube? You are hilarious, girl. He's ugly inside and out. He is. Ooh. And a lot of times, like, I won't go in on Umar's looks. Like, I know people go for his hairline, people go for his herpes bumps, people go in on his weight, people go in on how disheveled a lot of times. And like Kevin Samuels is obviously an ugly man. He is an ugly man. Kevin Samuels is not average at best. Kevin Samuels is below average in terms of looks. He is well below average. But a lot of times I don't go in on their looks because I don't want people to miss the message. I'm not going to talk about Umar's hairline because I don't want you to accuse me of being petty. No, I'm going to talk about the fact that he has an active addiction. I'm going to talk about the fact that he's in child support for over 18 years. I'm going to talk about the fact that he doxed his baby mama. I'm going to talk about the fact that he's collected over $2 million over the past 10 years and doesn't have anything to show for it. That's what I'm going to talk about. I'm going to talk about the book with the horrible advice. I'm going to talk about the trash podcast with horrible advice and the tele abuse hotline. That's what I'm going to talk about. I don't need to talk about Umar's hairline. Y'all see it's fucked up. Why do I need to emphasize that? Everybody can see the hairline is just running away on the midnight train to Georgia. Everybody see the hairline on the midnight train to Georgia. I don't need to bring that up. Kevin Samuels is ugly, but I don't have to bring that up. Because narcissists, these petty males, that's all they can go in on. And that's why I'm anonymous. I don't want to show my face. I give props to the women who come online and show their face. I'm not here for it. No, because these guys, all they will do is sit up here and critique my looks. That's all they would do. Oh, you this and you that, woo. That's all they would do. That's all they would totally dismiss what I'm saying. If you want to refute one of my points, then refute one of my points. If you have information to add to the debate, then add to the debate. But I don't need you focusing on what I look like, because that's not the main point of this channel. I don't have a beauty channel. I don't have a makeup channel. I don't have a hair channel. That's not what I'm on YouTube to do. I'm not a beauty guru. I'm not a fashion icon. You see, I'm not selling no type of image. I came onto YouTube to share ideas. I came on YouTube to push my views and to share my views and to create a community on my page. That's what I came to YouTube to do. I came to YouTube to share my experience, because why waste, how much stuff I've been through? If you've been listening to the channel, I've been sharing. I've shared things that I've been going through. I'm sharing with you how I've overcome so much. I'm sharing with my community about how I've overcome things, how I'm figuring things out, things that I've had to figure out the hard way. And I've said multiple times in multiple videos, if I can provide women with a cliff notes or a shortcut to get where they want to go, then that's what I'm going to do. Do you know how many domestic violence situations that I've had to help women out of? Do you know how many financial abuse situations I've had to help women out of in my own community? Too many to count. Too many to count. I've been financially abused. You see? And there's a better way. We don't have to keep repeating the same thing over and over and over and over again. We don't have to do that. I could tell you why 50-50 don't work. I could tell you why that's not going to work. Especially if you want to have kids, you want to have children, that's not going to work. I could tell you, I'll make a whole nother video. I've given up on black love. I don't believe in that. You know how many black women I've seen abused and abandoned by black men? So black love is not the answer to our problems. You know what I wanted to look up? And I'm going to do it. I want to look up the statistics and I might have to contact Pink Pill. I might have to contact Pink Pills because I want these statistics. I was watching another YouTuber, Paris Milan, and Paris, y'all can check her one of her latest videos. She did a video on the young biracial male that hit that woman and he hit a black woman in the head and gave her a concussion. And his dad is black and his mom is white. And they got all these kids basically like she's a baby mama. This black man made this white woman a baby mama, basically. And black women, when we marry outside the race, we have a very low divorce rate. So if we marry white, Latino, whoever, if we marry non-black, we have high long marriages and low divorce rate. But black men, when they marry out, their divorce rate is only slightly lower than if they were to be with a black woman. So who's the problem here? Who's the problem? So you mean to tell me black marriage is not working? But when black women choose another man, they stay married and have a healthy relationship. But when black men, they think that black women is the problem and they running away from us because we got all these issues and they didn't found them a Becky or Chin Ling. Oh my God, I'm probably gonna get let me retract that. Let me retract that. They marry a white lady or they marry an Asian lady or they marry a Latina and they still going upside their head. Look at Joe Budden. Look at Joe Budden, the narcissist. Joe Budden then got his spicy Latina and guess what? Made her a baby mama. Welcome to the club, Sin. Come on over and have a seat with the black baby mamas. Latina baby mama, because black men make baby mamas. It don't have nothing to do with us. It has everything to do with them. So what I'm saying is, yes, I'm not divested. I still love black men. I have a whole series that I'm about to release on raising better black boys. I was working on it earlier today because I'm not divested. But black men don't want to take accountability for their own shortcomings. So nobody's good enough. The Asian woman, you make her a baby mama. You make the Latina woman a baby mama. You make the black woman a baby mama. Y'all can't stay nowhere and be satisfied with nobody. But black women will get with a white man and they be married for 40, 50 years and whatever else. So I would like those statistics. I want to actually, when I do my video, I actually want to show the statistics so people don't think I'm just pulling stuff out of my ass. I'm not. I'm not pulling stuff out of my ass. And it's like black men get so triggered. They get so triggered. Y'all, you know how triggered they were over the black women are the prize? They got so triggered in Lennon's live stream. A lot of them had to get blocked. The moderators was on it that night. They got so triggered. They get so hung up on any type of feedback that they're not able to look at themselves critically and see, well, what do I need to do to make myself better? What do I need to do to improve the situation? So anyway, I veered off into another topic. Let me just wrap this up. Nobody called in, but I still appreciate everyone for the reasons that I mentioned earlier. Kevin Samuels is a dangerous narcissist. Umar Johnson is a dangerous narcissist. They are two birds of the same feather. They abuse in slightly different ways, but they have more in common than not. My plea to black women is that you don't fall for the pandering that Umar Johnson did when he's clout chasing and name dropping Kevin Samuels. It's not sincere. He doesn't mean you any well. You can dislike the both of them equally. Anything with any grain of truth that's shared by Umar Johnson is a tactic of manipulation. Because manipulation is the name of the game when we're talking about narcissism. He is not sharing this information with you for any type of altruistic reasons. He's not sharing this information with you for any type of greater good situation. He's using a popular YouTube name that you can insert any other popular name for Kevin Samuels. It doesn't matter. Kevin Samuels isn't the important factor in the situation. Could be anybody. Because the purpose was to clout chase, and it worked. The purpose was to pander and get a new audience, and it worked. The idea was to get donations, and I'm sure that's working. Because you have even the hypergamous women were fooled by this con man, Umar Johnson. Even the hypergamous women who sit up and talk about discernment and intuition all damn day till the sun come up. Some come up, some come down. Hypergamous women talking about discernment. Will you sleep at the wheel, sis? You couldn't discern that he's a dope fiend? You couldn't discern that shit? You couldn't look up the records? Go to a Black Anonymous blog site and see the documentation. You didn't want to do a quick Google search for you post that shit? Sis? Come on. Sisters, don't fall for the pandering, because we need to get sophisticated to see the pandering coming. It's coming. Umar has found a new formula. He's always remixing his scam. Hear me when I tell you. He's constantly remixing the scam. This worked. I can guarantee you, let me predict it right now. He will name drop again. He gonna pick somebody else. Or he might keep with Kevin. If Kevin's working, why fix something that's not broke? He might continue to name drop Kevin until that train runs out. But he's going to continue to name drop and clout chase if it's going to gain him a new audience. He's getting better at pandering to Black women. He saw that it worked for Derrick Jackson. So if that's what he has to do to continue, then that's what he going to do. He used to kick the Black Power shit to y'all. Y'all getting tired of that? That's getting stale. He not getting the donations he used to get kicking the Black Power shit. He not getting the donations that he used to get kicking the I'll help save your kids from the psychotropic drugs. So he gonna get the donations through pandering through somebody that y'all don't like a Kevin Samuels or whoever, name dropping whoever. Beware. It's coming. It's coming. So thank you for tuning in. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do. I thank you in advance. If you liked the video, please hit that like button. Peace and have a good night.